Hey, thanks so much for tuning in to the Wealthy, Healthy, Happy Success Show. I'm your host, ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator, and we are back in the building this morning, Monday morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. Nelson says he's up in Toronto shoveling snow, so not quite sure if he's happy about that, but I'm here. It's actually got a little cold here. I'm in the east coast of the United States. It's starting to get a little cold. I guess it's a cold right before the heat. So we are going through some temperature changes as well. Maybe that cold from up north is blowing down here. Anyway, man, I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. We are back here as we always normally do, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So whatever time that may be for you. But thanks so much for tuning in. Laura is here in the building. Thanks so much for joining. And so today's Motivational Monday. And we want to see how your weekend was. Hopefully you took some things away from last week. We talked about the law of the ladder, and we'll do a quick recap as we're going through the 15 laws of invaluable growth by John C. Maxwell. We got a co-host here, Patrick, in the building. How are you today, sir?
Wonderful.
You're doing wonderful. That don't sound wonderful, man. It just sound like you had to come over the word real quick. You're going to be wonderful in just a moment. I know that. So here's the deal, guys. Just a quick recap on what we've been going over. And tomorrow we'll be getting into the law of the rubber band. We started week one with the law of intentionality, which basically says that growth doesn't just happen. You got to be intentional about growth. You got to be intentional about where you want to go in life. Law number two is the law of awareness. That says you must know yourself to grow yourself. This is being aware of your surroundings and also being aware of those who could possibly be your mentors or your accountability partners or your coaches that can help to pull you up. Law number three was the law of the mirror. You must see value in yourself to add value to yourself. So the question is, when you look in the mirror each and every morning, what do you see? Hopefully you see awesome. Hopefully you see phenomenal. Hopefully you see greatness when you look into the mirror. Law number four was law of reflection. It says that learning to pause allows growth to catch up with you. Throughout the day, throughout your week, you want to take moments to pause and reflect and capture those moments, especially when you feel yourself getting a little frustrated or being fascinated by people. You want to take a moment to just reflect and pause before you say anything out of character and actually take a moment to actually capture those moments to see how you can actually grow and learn from those moments. Law number five is the law of consistency. Motivation gets you going, but discipline keeps you growing. And we say it like this: consistent action breeds success. Whatever you have started and you find it to be good, you want to keep doing that. Eventually, you'll get the recognition that you need, and then you'll see your business or your thoughts or your ideas or whatever it is that you're doing begin to prosper because you're consistent at it and you're showing the world that you're serious about success. Law number six is the law of environment. Growth thrives in conducive surroundings. So what environment are you putting yourself in? If you're the smartest person in the room, then it's time for you to find a new room. That's right. You want to put yourself in positions that would challenge you to grow, not in places where you have grown to your capacity and then there's nowhere else to go but down. Law number seven is the law of design. To maximize growth, you need to develop strategies. You want to put strategies and systems in place to ensure that you grow. Law number eight was the law of pain. Good management of bad experiences leads to great growth. If there's no pain, there's no gain. And when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. How do you respond to pain? How do you respond to pain? The way in which you respond to pain, we understand that there's you either win or you learn. That's it. There is no losing. You either win or you learn. So how are you responding to pain in your life? Law number nine, which went over last week, was the law of the ladder. Character growth determines the height of your personal growth. And so how are you growing on the inside? That's what's important. How you grow on the inside will determine how you can grow on the outside. So the more that you grow on the inside, the more that you develop yourself, then the height of your outside growth will be even more exponential. And then this week, we're going to get into the law of rubber band. We'll start that tomorrow, basically talking about growth stops when you lose the tension between where you are and where you could be. And so we'll start that tomorrow. But today is Motivation Monday. So we want to see how your weekend was. It's an opportunity for you to share with us. What did you learn from last week? How did you apply it? What did you do over the weekend? How did you grow? Because we're all about action, not just getting the information, but actually applying it to our life and seeing how we have grown. So Motivational Monday, guys. Hopefully you had a wonderful weekend. And it really does. It's not about what big things you did. It's just about what you did to put yourself in situations that you could grow, that you could rest, that you could soak in all of the knowledge that you've been getting over the past few weeks. But actually, just from last week, I want to talk about the law of the ladder, what you've taken away from it, how you've grown from it, and actually how your weekend was. Pat, how was your weekend, brother?
Phenomenal. It was a good weekend. I kind of took the pause.
You took the pause, so that would be from the law of reflection. So what did you reflect on?
And we all need to take a pause from time to time. And sorry if I missed you guys yesterday. I was running late. But got some things done around the house that needed to be done, and got to watch a couple of seminars I needed to catch up on, and did a lot of computer work that I probably shouldn't have done. But
fantastic, man. I know for me, Saturday, what did I do Saturday? Well, Friday I had to go to a seminar, or actually a business meeting, and I actually met some cool people that we're going to try to collaborate and do some work with. I don't remember what I did Saturday. Saturday we had our Young Entrepreneurs program. So this was absolutely phenomenal. We were able to get with some 9-year-olds, 9 through 12-year-olds, and actually we had a program that showed them how to take their idea from concept to production or to profit. So we called it from production to profit, and really went through showing them how to actually become owners. So that was actually absolutely phenomenal program. And we're going to be trying to roll out a more like a summer program that we're going to do called Little Entrepreneurs in Training. We understand that, most children are being taught how to be employees, and we want to teach children how to be a boss. And then Sunday, man, I went over to my mom's house and helped her clean up, do some spring cleaning. I found an old guitar, man. It's still in perfect condition. It's just been sitting back in the case, unbundling behind all of the stuff. My mom's a big hoarder. She just doesn't like to throw stuff away, and I'm trying to throw stuff away. And I told her we can't transfer junk. We either got to throw it away, give it away, or something. If you transfer it, it ain't gonna make the house any cleaner. So we got to get rid of it. So we got rid of about 4 bags of trash, man. And the whole time in my head, guys, for real, I'm like complaining, like, Mom, we got to change the way you live. This is unhealthy. But but the reality is it felt good to go over there and help her, man. She's I don't know about you guys, but sometimes you can get overwhelmed by your own junk. And you just need somebody there just to talk to or support. So it really felt good. I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to complain. I'm pissed off, but I'm not going to complain because I'm helping. And that's the attitude that I took. And it really felt good just to we only got one room done. I don't know how long it's going to take to go through the whole house, but I'm committing myself to go over there every Sunday, spend time with my mom, and clean up the house and try to. And then once we get done, I'm going to start walking with her and stuff. And I really, she's getting to that latter ages of life. And I just want to spend as much time with her as possible, man. So that's what I've got going on. That felt good. It was, I make sure you guys remind me to take my little breath thing, man, because I had to, oh my goodness. Ooh. My allergies. Oh my goodness. I don't have allergies, but I sure was coughing and snorting yesterday. I can tell you that. My mom is 67. Mom is 67. Still young, but Go ahead, Pat.
Well, the principle behind all that comes down to if you want something new in your life, you need to make space.
Yeah.
And I heard the story put one time about this man was, looking for his future wife, and he realized that his house wasn't really set up to make space for one. And so he literally cleaned out half of his closet and left it empty to make space for her. Now, obviously he was silly because, she's going to take up more than half the closet.
Yeah.
and when she did appear, she did. He ended up moving into a guest bedroom closet. But sometimes you need to make space in your life for the new that's coming. And that is true in the physical as well as the emotional and the spiritual. You need to make space.
So here's my question, Pat, because I don't think my mom is very. I don't know whether it's that generation. Because I talked to other people and they were like saying the same thing. They say like my parents, they just don't want to get rid of stuff. And
depression children.
Huh?
The children of the depression.
There's a depression. Okay. Because I was saying like, man, Mom, you can't take this stuff with you. We don't want it. So what are you gonna do with it? So I was just wondering. I was like, man, is that does anybody else have parents like that that's out there? That's like, they just. If you go into the garage or go into the basement, it's just full of stuff that hasn't been touched in 10, 15, 20 years. And, you're trying to help, clean up or tidy up. Hey, you got some hoarders in your life or you're a hoarder. Okay, Laura, that's cool. Thanks for being honest. So let me ask you this, Laura. Like, what is it about the stuff? Is it just the sentimental? Like you haven't seen it. You probably don't even know it's there, but it's out of sight, out of mind. But as soon as you see it, you're like, oh, I got to hold on to that. But you haven't paid attention to it for like 5 years. So like, how does it have that much importance if it's in a box underneath 20 boxes and you never going to even go through it or see it? You just know that it's there. It holds some type of value because it's there. So, okay, I understand some memories. Like I don't want to get rid of her memories. Like I had let her keep her memories, but some of this stuff is beyond memories. You know what I mean? Like how many memories do you need? Just in case you will need it. That's what I understand. Like you haven't used it in 10 years. How do you think you're going to need it? Oh, you don't? Okay, I'm not getting on you, Laura. I'm just asking. All right. I get it. That's how some people are. Just in case. It's like insurance. You just got it just in case. Our society is built on consumerism. Okay. Yeah. So Pat, so the depression age caused people to become,
well, money became almost non-existent in the United States for a generation. And what happened is they impress that upon their children and their grandchildren not to ever throw anything away because they won't have the money ever to buy it again.
Oh my goodness.
And so what happened to 2 generations ago and 3 generations ago as they were coming out of the Depression, they all became very cautious about letting anything go because they had lost so much.
Yeah.
And instead of looking forward, they were looking back, and, we have to plan our life out of our vision and not out of our history because you can do better.
Hold on, Pat. You got to repeat that again. Say that again.
You have to plan your life out of your vision instead of out of your history because you can do better than your history, but if you keep focusing on your history, then you're doomed to repeat it.
Wow.
So the question is, do you want to bring back that time, that error? And if the majority of people focus on that, hoarding and holding and afraid to go forward, then they are destined to bring it back, And so it's important psychologically, we take the leadership role and we start saying, we need to work out of our vision. We need to work out of where we're going to be.
Wow. So, guys, that's the question for you now. Right now, are you working? Are you planting your life? Are you growing your life? Are you taking control of your life? And is it based off of your vision or is it based off of your history? And I know it's a little bit of both, right? We remember the history so that we learn from our history. We remember our history, learn from our history. But are you setting your life up out of your vision for where you're going? Or are you basing your life and staying where you are right now because of your history? That's a great question to ponder and to ask yourself as we're daring you to grow. Because we're basically daring you to recognize your vision, to write the vision down and make it plain, And we're daring you to build your life on your vision or on your future and not on your past or your history. And because the history, here's the thing. Here's another question for you. Which one is more clear to you, your vision or your history? That's a great question to ask, because it's easy for us to have hindsight 2020 vision going backwards. But do you have 2020 vision going forward? Oh, Mr. Beatles, you got to get in on this one, brother. All right, so this Motivation Monday, man, we're talking about vision. We're talking about propelling forward. We're talking about keeping our sight going forward. And of course, guys, I want to see how your weekend was. Anybody want to jump in any seats or wants to share what they did over the weekend, how they relaxed or went out or enjoyed themselves or grew at any point in time? That's what this is all about. But we got a question that comes up here. Which is more clear for you? Is it your history or is it your vision? Now, I think that history is going to be the easy place to say that, right? I mean, because we've seen what has happened in our life. We've seen what's happened over the past 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. We know how clear that is, and we know where it's brought us. But I think that as we can make the future even more clear, then we can actually propel ourselves forward to where we want to be. But how clear is your vision? How clear is your future? How clear is this thing that you see happening for you over the next 5 to 10 years? Have you designed it out? Have you imagined it? Right? Because we talk about building a building or a house, right? The building starts here. You got to build it first, imagine it first. Then you got to have the architect to design it. And then you got to have the builder to create it. But it all starts with the person who had the vision. So when you're thinking about the life, this house that you're building, can you see the vision?
And everything that's ever existed first existed in someone's mind. All things start in someone's mind. Everything is created twice. First, it's created in someone's mind, and then it's created in the real world. Every company on the face of the planet at one point was one person's thought. And it doesn't matter if it's General Motors or Coca-Cola. It doesn't matter how big or how small. Every company at one point was nothing but one person's thought. And they brought it about. What is your one thought?
Hey, you can't ask them now, because people got a million thoughts. That's the problem. Well, no focus. What's that thought, guys? Oh my goodness, this is some good stuff.
So, starting tomorrow, we're doing the law of the rubber band, and as I was looking at that, it reminded me of one of my sarcastic sayings, and I have a couple, but it basically says only a mediocre person is always at their best. Well, the negative side of that is you can't fall off the floor, and if you're happy laying down on the floor, you're safe. You won't fall. But the reality is, as we stand up and as we start climbing, we put ourselves at a little greater risk. And is there a risk we could fail? Of course, there's always a risk we could fail. If you're moving forward, there's a risk you could fall. But it's worth it, unless you just want to lay on the floor. You can't fall off the floor. If that's where you want to be, then you can't fall off the floor. It's safe. It's safe to be poor in America, which is really sad.
I'm gonna tell you guys something, man. It takes a level of fortitude, a level of, I don't know. I was thinking about it this morning, because people say to me, Evan, you just don't care no more, and I'd be like, no, I don't. I have absolutely zero care about what someone thinks about the path that I'm going. You know what I mean? I have absolutely zero care because I know what I've been called to do, and I'm gonna keep on doing it. Go ahead, Pat. You was about to say something?
There's a certain level of excellence when you develop a certain level of arrogance.
Yes, man. And so, wow. So as you think about, guys, where you are, destined to be, where you want to go, as you think about your future, and we're talking about having clarity for your future, as we think about you progressing and moving forward, as we think about you climbing that ladder, of success, it comes down to, like, how bad do you really want it? Like, I'm willing to do so much stuff differently now because I know exactly where I want to go. I'm willing to make sacrifices. I'm willing to put myself in precarious positions because I know ultimately that's a risk that I'm willing to take, as a calculated risk. And I just, laying down on the floor is just not an option for me. Like, I've done that for too long in my life. I know what that feels like. You know what I mean? Like, so, but when you have this clear place, you know exactly where you want to go. The floor is not even an option. Like, you don't even want to step on the floor no more. You're always climbing. It's like, as soon as you feel like you're getting close to the floor, it's like, and I got to get on this ladder again. You got to take those moments of reflection. You got to say, okay, what's causing me to regress? Right? And typically it's a matter of losing focus, which causes you to lose a little bit of your desire, which brings you right back to your intention. The law of intentionality. Why is it that you want to go where you want to go? Go ahead, Nelson. Good morning. How are you, sir?
Good morning. I'm tired.
Tired? Some of the snow.
Too much.
Someday you'll miss the snow.
No, I won't.
No, you won't.
No, because I'll tell you why. Because if I was an American, I'd hightail it south so fast you couldn't catch me.
Well, I was originally from New York, so we used to have a lot more snow than we have down here in Oklahoma.
Yeah. So, and I was going to comment on what Evan was saying. You just got to keep on keeping on. You just got to set your path, set your goal, and just keep at it. I'll share with you guys something that's interesting that came up here. Somebody I know indirectly who's an on-air talent at one of the television stations up here was fired after 23 years on Friday. She did a live segment on. She was out in the field. She did like 6 cut-ins during the show every morning, and the station just let her go just like that. There's been like an outpouring of love for her on her Facebook page. How dare the corporate company do that? So a client of mine and my client knows her very well, is a friend of hers too. We're thinking of starting an online petition to see if we can get her job back. I know that there'll be thousands and thousands and thousands of viewers who would sign the petition. So that's something we may do just to try and reach out and help. Wow.
So what? So what is she doing? Like, I see you guys are doing.
We don't know. She's been off the air since Wednesday. They didn't even announce it. They had the audacity to announce it on Facebook on Friday. I mean, it's just cruel. Absolutely cruel what they did.
Yeah, so corporations, man. Whew.
They have a segment like this across Canada in every market on this station. I won't mention the station's name, but they eliminated that segment in each market. I don't know if the other people who did the same type of segment in other markets were there as long as her, but she's been with the show for 23 years, and just to cut her off just like that without even letting her do a goodbye to the viewers, I mean, that's just absolutely cruel.
Man, that is no glory at all in that one, man. Mr. Beatles. I don't know if he might be on his phone trying to come in. He got a little delay in and out.
I see he's trying.
Yeah. Man, you got some good stuff, Pat. Man, you been taking some. You need that little break. You coming back strong today, huh? You might have might have more props than me today, brother.
Props, everybody. Props. Give me.
What do these? Actually, I was going to ask you guys. What do these props do? Do they only last within the show, or do they go on, or how does it work?
Yeah, they just last in the show, man.
Okay. It's just like clapping.
They're not part of the recording or anything.
Hey, I tried to get on yesterday. I was on my phone in a mall yesterday. Who did I see on? I saw somebody else on that I know, and I'm on a BlackBerry, as you guys know, and I couldn't make it work.
Oh. Yeah, the phone technology isn't as good as either a laptop or a desktop.
Yeah.
But Blab is still trying.
Yeah, my wife was shopping. I was sitting there waiting. I had nothing to do. I figured, okay, I'll just, listen to some conversation that I'm interested in, pass the time. Couldn't do it.
Yeah, they seem to have written it for Apple, and it works okay on an Apple phone, but it doesn't really work on anything other than an Apple phone.
Okay. Anyways, that's my, you're talking about doing stuff, what you learned, what you're going to do. I saw all the comments out there on her Facebook page and thought, nobody's doing anything about this. So I emailed my friend, my client had said, nobody's doing anything about this. I think we should try and do something about it. And he said, I'm in. And then I guess at midnight, he emailed me back when I was asleep and said, I think I better ask her permission first to see if she even wants it back.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Well, why wouldn't she? Why wouldn't she? Even if she doesn't, the outpouring of love of people signing a petition on her behalf anyways to show the station, that they've made a huge mistake. I mean, the same thing happened to somebody in radio in this market in 2004. She got booted off the air. I won't mention her name, and because they wanted to go for a younger audience, and she had a huge following as well. Her audience was absolutely outraged. She went off to do other things. A year or two later, she ended up at a rival station to take over a maternity leave, and the ratings on that station went through the roof and surpassed her former station. So they went back to her and said, okay, we'd like to have you back, but you got to bring your co-host with you. And she did. And, she was in the driver's seat. I hope she took them to the cleaners in terms of a contract. And she went on the air with her co-host. He just retired this year in January, but she's still on the air back at her former station, all because she had such a huge following.
Yeah, that following is serious, man. And it's interesting that, because she does have to. She has to decide. It would be good to know if she wants to drop back though. Because how would you feel if you got booted from a station? I'd probably take my follow and go start my own, or go to another station or something like that.
I don't know. I hope
a lot of times it's contractual. You can't.
You know what? They eliminated the position across Canada. It's a total cost-cutting move. It has nothing to do with humanity. And they just didn't care what about the humanity and the love and the following that she had. It was just let's cut that cost off the bottom line. Yeah,
understood.
Well, as all business owners make some bizarre decisions, and a lot of times we don't think how it's going to affect our customer base or our market.
They had no idea. You should have seen all weekend long about the outpouring of love for this lady. If you want to email me privately and see what's going on, I'll tell you privately who it is and where it is and what station it is, but I won't mention it during this recording.
Yeah, understood.
Well, I'm gonna, and like you said, you don't have personal contact. It's
no, I don't.
From a friend.
No, I don't. But I've worked with her on several different. She was assigned several different live segments to do with certain clients of mine over the years, and I sent her a nice Facebook page saying she was a pleasure to work with over the weekend on her Facebook page. She doesn't. I don't know. She would see me show up and you're here again. Yeah, this one's my client, and that happened 3 or 4 times. So I don't. I'm not in connection with her directly. My client became friends with her. His wife is friends with her. So he's going to reach out to her today, but it's just terrible. And the other thing too that happened was some of the love that came out. People were attacking other people at the station, saying, it shouldn't have been her. It should have been this one or this one. And here's why. Well, that's not, you don't need that evil. You got to say something. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say it at all.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Well, cool, man. I'm glad you're stepping up to do something. You're getting out of your box, and it's I think it's interesting because a lot of people can, like you said, there can be a lot of complaining, but it's the people that actually step up and do something that
people are actually very outraged about it, viewers, but I haven't seen anybody step up to do something about it, and I want to do something about it. So, hopefully, she'll allow us to do something about it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, hey guys, yeah, do something.
Don't just sit there. Take action.
Yeah, don't just sit there. Take action, man. Take action on your own life, man. This is the Wealthy, Healthy, Happy Success Show, Motivational Monday, man. Hey, Pat, you got any last words for the peeps?
Decide your history or your vision.
That's some good stuff right there, man. You really have to make that decision. Go focus on your past and focus on your future, man. Nelson, you got any last words for the peeps?
Go out and do something awesome. Do something, make a difference. Step up to the plate. Take action. You can't just sit there. You gotta take action.
Gotta take action, guys. And that's the deal, guys. We want to motivate you. We want to dare you to grow. We want to challenge you to be your best self. And it's nothing like having a network of people that you can come to and you can do that for. Again, I haven't found very many places where people accept the positive and are really ready to support and get behind you as you grow. So continue to show up, man. At the end of the day, we're here Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to start tomorrow in the law of the rubber band. We're going to be going through that over the next 3 days. So I hope you guys are ready for law number, I think this is law number 10, I believe, as we go through the 15 laws of invaluable growth, man. Hey, here's the deal. Go out today. We want you to be wealthy, be healthy, be happy,
be successful.
And we're out, man.